Assalamu alaikum learners, how are you? I am Tahira from FW Model School. This is my 5th lecture for class 2 subject math and today our topic is fractions. In this video you learn about some basic information about fraction. First of all, I discuss what is fraction. A fraction is a number that names an equal part of a whole. Here we have another definition of fraction. Fraction in this case a part of whole. For example, here we have a rectangle and we divide this rectangle in 3 equal parts. In these parts, one part is shared, so we get a fraction 1 by third. In this fraction, the number above the line is called numerator and the number below the line is called denominator. What are fraction? Fraction are a part of whole. We use fraction all the time. Have you ever used a steel tap or ruler? Inches are divided into parts and these are called the fractions. Let us draw a rectangle and divide it in. Here we have a rectangle and we divide this rectangle in 2 equal parts. These parts are equal by size and shape. The red part of the rectangle represents a fraction 1/2. This is the 1/2 fraction. Parts of a fraction numerator. The number above the bar in a fraction, it tells how many of the equal parts of the whole or group or objects considered. Numerator. The number above the bar in a fraction, it tells how many of the equal parts of the whole or group are being considered. Number 2. Denominator. The number below the bar in a fraction, it tells the total number of equal parts. For example, here we have another rectangle and we divide this rectangle in 3 equal parts. In these parts, one part is colored and we get a fraction 1 by 3. 1 by 3. In this fraction, the number above the line is a numerator and the number below the line is a denominator. The line is called a number bar. The line is called a fraction bar or a division bar. Here we have some other examples of fraction. In right side we have a rectangle and we divide this rectangle in 5 equal parts. And we observe that these parts are equal by size and shape. In this rectangle 3 parts are shaded and we get a fraction 3 by 5. 3 by 5. On the right side we have a rectangle and we divide this rectangle in 2 equal parts. We have a rectangle and we divide this in 2 equal parts in this rectangle, and in this rectangle one part is shaded and we get a fraction 1 by 2. We get a fraction 1 by 2. These are the examples for the better understanding of fraction. Next we discuss types of fractions. Number 1, proper fractions. The top number, that is called numerator, is smaller than the bottom number, that is called denominator. Then it is called proper fraction. For example, 1 by 2. In this number, the number above the line is a numerator and is 1 and the number below the line is 2, and we know that 1 is less than 2. It is a proper fraction. Number 2, improper fraction. The top number is larger than the bottom number. For example, 3 by 2. Here 3 is on bottom and it is a greater number. So we say that this is the improper fraction. This is the example of improper fraction. Number 3, we discuss mixed number, a whole number and a fraction. For example, in this example we have 2 whole numbers and a fractional number 3 by 2. Fraction. The denominator can never be equal to 0. In a fraction, in any fraction, the denominator can never be equal to 0. If a denominator is equal to 0, does not exist. It is not a fraction. Number 2, a fraction with a numerator of 0 is always equal to 0. For example, 0 by 3. So this fraction is always equal to 0. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.